The last time we checked in, we had camped just above Tyndall Creek and it was raining pretty relentlessly. So the next morning was Forester Pass, and we got up again at our normal 4 a.m. time, and we packed up and we just started hiking, even though it was raining. And it rained pretty much until we got about halfway up the pass. Um, there was quite a lot of route finding because there still were so many snowfields left, but not too terribly bad. And we got up to where that sketchy ice chute crossing is that you see everybody cross on YouTube, and it was no big deal at all. It was actually the easiest part of the whole hike because the snow had receded far enough. So that was really great news. We were happy about that. By the time we got up to the pass, it was sunny, so that was awesome, and we had some sun really for the rest of the day. So the ranger that we ran into at Bighorn Plateau had said that the weather system was supposed to move through and it'd get nice again, and luckily he was right, so that was great. So we pushed really hard on Friday so that we could get to Kearsarge Lakes. The hardest part of that entire day, even including going over Forester Pass, were the switchbacks from Vedette Meadow to Bullfrog Lake. They were just killer. They were at the end of the day. They were straight up. The mosquitoes were awful, and we just had to push through. But we're really glad we did because Kearsarge Lakes was really gorgeous. And Matt got to fish, and he killed it, caught so many trout on his little ice fishing rod, and there were people that were just like weekend camping there who had full-size fly rods and other kinds of rods and were doing terribly. So it was awesome to see. The mosquitoes were not bad there at all, and we had beautiful weather. So I remember waking up at like midnight to go to the bathroom, and I looked up and I saw the most stars I've ever seen in my entire life, and it was absolutely incredible. The reason that we pushed so hard to get there is so that the next day, which was Saturday, July 27th, we would have a much shorter hike in order to get over Kearsarge Pass so that we could resupply in Independence. So we ended up sleeping in, waking up to a beautiful bluebird, blue sky day, and we took some time to just hang out and do a little more fishing and dry out all of the stuff that had been wet for the last couple of days. So that was really nice. So Saturday, July 27th, again, it was gorgeous weather. We hiked over Kearsarge Pass, and again, that was only 5 miles, but it was one of the hardest 5 miles that I've done because it just went on and on and on. And the scenery was gorgeous. There were all these beautiful lakes, and it wasn't even the uphill that was hard. It just was the downhill. There were so many switchbacks and so many people because there's a trailhead right there. And it just, you could see the parking lot, and it just never seemed to get closer. So it was definitely more challenging than it looked on the map. But we finally got down. We got picked up by the shuttle. We ended up meeting some cool people that were kind of on the same path as us. They were also resupplying for a northbound John Muir Trail through hike. So we all took the shuttle to the same hotel, and we've been getting to know these people and kind of hiking on the same route with them since yesterday. So it's been really fun to get to know them better and check in with them about how their hike is going as well. We stayed at the Mount Williamson Hotel for our resupply, and it was awesome. It's very well run, and the rooms were great. It was so nice to shower and sleep in a real bed. And we went out and had a 5-course French dinner, that we just were not expecting to be able to even find in random Independence, California. But it was awesome. The parents were super French, and the daughter was the waitress, and she was really cool and speaking French to a lot of the French tourists that were in the restaurant as well. So the dinner was fantastic. And then we went back, and this morning we woke up and had breakfast and got dropped back off at the trailhead. Had to go back over Kearsarge Pass again. And we pushed really hard today to get over Glen Pass as well so that we could make it to Ray Lakes. And Glen was, in my opinion, a little bit sketchier than Forester. Lots of snow crossings, which were kind of the easiest part, but there's so many snowfields that you have to route find a lot. And so we were doing a lot of scrambling over rocks, and it just takes a lot out of you. So that was really tough. And the hike, it's been so warm and sunny and gorgeous, but super sunburned. And that's also making me just more exhausted. So definitely going to wear more sunblock tomorrow and try to stay as covered as I possibly can. One of the total highlights for today, though, is that we got to glissade, which is a fancy French term for sliding down snow on your butt. And so it was really, really fun. We didn't have to go very far, but it was fun to get to do it. So I really enjoyed that. Again, super tired. We did I think it was 11 or 12 miles today, but it felt like 20 or 30. Just long, long day. Lots of fords and river crossings, and unfortunately Matt lost his water shoes, so that sucked. I ended up falling 3 times today just from, I think, just being super tired and not really paying attention. Luckily, no injuries at all, thank God. But I did end up ripping the mesh pocket on my backpack, so that sucks. But we saw so many gorgeous glacial blue lakes that are just, you can't even describe them. You just have to see them in person. Absolutely gorgeous. Once we got here to Ray Lakes, we went fishing. Matt killed the trout again. We had more sashimi with wasabi and soy sauce, and we shared it with 2 of the thru hikers that we've met who are actually hiking to their wedding that's going to happen in Yosemite. So they've given themselves a 4-day buffer to get there, and so we think they're probably going to end up inviting us to their wedding, so we're pretty excited about that. But anyway, killed the trout. Finally caught a rainbow, a different type than what we had been catching before, and it was a big one. So that was really exciting. And we are filming this inside because the mosquitoes are really bad here, and we're really exhausted. So overall, it's been great. Some challenges today, but wouldn't change it for anything. So we'll check in tomorrow.